Wind-lashed gray ocean stretches far, wild. Gojo Satoru, Goku, and Kaen stand defiant against the elements, their presence a stark contrast to the turbulent sea. The waves seem to recoil from them, creating surreal pockets of calm at their feet, a silent testament to their power. They stand as if on solid ground amidst the chaos, an island of stillness in a sea of turmoil. The steel-gray ocean stretches endlessly, a canvas of muted power under the vast sky. A close-up reveals Gojo, his blindfold a stark contrast against the somber horizon. The wind teases at the edges of his blindfold, hinting at the secrets and depths it conceals. His lips curve into a lazy smile, a subtle promise of danger lurking beneath the surface. The smile deepens, a silent acknowledgement of the forces he commands and the chaos he might unleash. Gojo's smile embodies the calm before a storm, the eye of a hurricane where power gathers. Goku stands against the backdrop of a steel-gray ocean, an indomitable figure ready to challenge the elements. He stretches, his powerful muscles rippling as a golden aura flickers around him, a beacon of his boundless energy. Each movement exudes confidence, transforming the world into his personal training ground. Goku inhales deeply, drawing strength from the vast expanse of the sea and sky. With a forceful exhale, he prepares to unleash his full potential, the air shimmering with anticipation. Against the backdrop of a steel-gray ocean, a figure emerges, bathed in an ethereal light. Kaen stands between them, his presence a silent calm amidst the brewing storm. A faint red light kisses his hair, accentuating the otherworldly aura that surrounds him. In his grasp, a sword of flame pulses with a life of its own, its rhythm echoing a heartbeat. The fiery blade casts dancing shadows on the water, promising both destruction and salvation. Under a steel-gray sky, the ocean stretches, a vast expanse of liquid metal rolling in slow, deliberate swells. The air hangs heavy with the scent of salt and the distant cries of gulls. At the water's edge, Gojo stands silhouetted against the horizon, dark clothing whipped by the relentless wind. His gaze fixed on the distant horizon, he speaks, his voice barely audible above the wind. You feel it too? Under a sky mirroring the steel-gray ocean, Goku's expression hardens with resolve. He nods slowly, a sense of foreboding in his eyes as he gazes out at the endless water. The waves crash against an unseen shore, their rhythm a constant, ominous pulse. A distant wind whispers secrets across the water's surface, hinting at battles to come. Yeah, he says, his voice barely audible above the roar of the ocean, a challenge in his tone. Like the ocean's waiting for something, he finishes, a sense of anticipation and danger hanging in the air. On the steel-gray ocean, Kane's intense gaze is fixed upon the horizon, where ominous black clouds loom. A silent tremor courses through the air, foretelling a storm's imminent arrival. The sea mirrors the sky's darkening mood, as nature braces itself. A streak of lightning flashes in the distance, a silent warning illuminating the encroaching darkness. Kaen remains steadfast, silhouette against the gathering storm, an unreadable expression on his face. Above the steel-gray ocean, the clouds part, unleashing a solitary beam of light upon the water's surface. An ethereal glow emanates from the depths, transforming the sea into a canvas of otherworldly light. At the center of it all, rings of red and silver energy explode outwards from Kane's feet. The vibrant energies ripple across the water. The ocean pulses with newfound life. Across the steel-gray ocean, Goku's whistle cuts through the salty air. He squints at the horizon, a hint of anticipation in his eyes. Guess that's our sign, Goku declares, his voice echoing over the water. The vast ocean stretches before him, an invitation to adventure under the watchful sky. Under a sky heavy with clouds, the ocean stretches its surface a somber steel gray. Waves roll with a quiet menace, their white foam a stark contrast against the darkening water. Gojo's voice cuts through the heavy atmosphere, a playful challenge amidst the gloom. "You sure this isn't one of your overpowered entrance effects?" he asks, his words echoing over the vast expanse. Under a sky pregnant with storm, a vast, steel-gray ocean stretches to the horizon, heavy with an unspoken anticipation. The air itself seems to vibrate with a gathering force, the calm before an unknown tempest. A lone figure, Kaen, stands at the water's edge, eyes fixed on the churning depths. A hushed reverence colors his voice as he whispers into the wind, "It's awakening." An ethereal glow intensifies above the steel-gray ocean, bathing the waters in otherworldly light. The ocean's surface shatters with a thunderous roar, the very fabric of the sea torn asunder. From the abyss, a blinding column of light pierces the sky, a beacon in the vast expanse. Emerging from the radiant beam, a creature of mist and memory begins to materialize. Its form shimmers and sways, an ethereal silhouette against the backdrop of the turbulent sea. The ocean churns, reflecting the creature's otherworldly essence, a spectacle of radiant and terrifying beauty. Goku's eyes dart across the steel-gray ocean, a sense of anticipation building within him. The horizon stretches endlessly, the water reflecting the somber sky above. A distant hum vibrates through the air, resonating deep within Goku's core. His muscles tense, ready for whatever challenge awaits beyond the horizon. Goku's voice cuts through the salty air, filled with determination. "That's what's been calling us." He squints, focusing all his energy on the unseen presence that beckons him forward. Under a sky heavy with unspoken dread, a steel-gray ocean stretches endlessly to the horizon. The water is cold and unforgiving, reflecting the oppressive sky above. Each wave crashes with a muted roar, a symphony of nature's fury. Gojo stands at the edge of the world, the wind whipping at his clothes. His eyes are fixed on the horizon, a storm brewing within them. A chilling realization dawns as Gojo whispers, "No, that's what's been waiting." On a steel-gray ocean, a colossal column of water erupts, sending waves crashing outward. Goku stands firm, his powerful aura pushing back the surging water, a beacon of defiance against the ocean's fury. Time seems to bend as Gojo, with unmatched precision, freezes raindrops in mid-fall, a testament to his extraordinary power. The ocean's raw power meets godlike control, a silent battle waged on the turbulent waters. Under a sky of churning steel, the ocean swells with untamed power. Kaen advances, his sword a beacon against the encroaching storm. From the depths, a creature of impossible scale begins to coalesce. Its form shimmers, a translucent titan born of water and light. 1,000 eyes ignite across its surface, each a pinpoint of eerie luminescence. Kaen stands defiant, a solitary figure against an unearthly horror. Beneath a sky heavy with unspoken storm, the steel-gray ocean stretches, an unforgiving expanse of ancient secrets. From the crushing depths, a colossal creature begins to rise, its form indistinct, a titan of forgotten ages. An ancient entity ascends, its immense presence dwarfing the very horizon, a being of myth given terrifying form. The ocean trembles as it fully emerges, a primordial god awakened from an eon's slumber. Its voice, a low resonating rumble that echoes the sea's own lament, shatters the silence. "You carry the sparks that burn the sky. Why have you come?" Above the steel-gray ocean, a solitary flame flickers against the harsh daylight. The flame dances as Kaen speaks, his words carrying the weight of solemn purpose. "To bring peace," Kaen declares, his voice echoing over the vast expanse of water. The unwavering flame mirrors the determination in Kane's eyes, a beacon of hope amidst the turbulent sea. His words hang in the air, a promise whispered to the unforgiving ocean as the flame continues its dance. The steel-gray ocean stretches endlessly under a somber, overcast sky, its surface mirroring the weight of unspoken thoughts. Gojo's smile, usually a beacon of carefree confidence, falters slightly, a subtle tightening at the corners of his mouth. The vast expanse of the ocean seems to echo the gravity of the moment, amplifying the tension in the air. A hint of seriousness flickers across Gojo's face, a fleeting glimpse behind his ever-present facade. The wind whispers across the water, carrying the weight of impending conflict and the promise of a formidable challenge. "He talks like a final boss," Gojo remarks, his words cutting through the silence, a mix of amusement and anticipation in his tone. Goku stands against the backdrop of a steel-gray ocean, an enigmatic grin playing on his lips. He glances back, a hint of determination flickering in his eyes as he faces an unseen challenge. The vast, indifferent ocean stretches out, mirroring the gravity of the moment. His voice cuts through the salty air, offering a sliver of diplomacy amidst the tension. "We're not here to fight you if we don't have to." The waves crash against an unseen shore, as if echoing the unspoken threat hanging in the air. The steel-gray ocean churns restlessly, its vastness evoking an ancient, powerful presence. Waves ripple and crash, mirroring the turmoil within. The air hangs heavy with anticipation, as if the sea itself holds its breath. A voice seems to rise from the depths, echoing across the turbulent waters. "Peace was broken by fire. It can only be restored by returning what was stolen." The sea whispers, its words a haunting promise. Above the steel-gray ocean, a sword ignites with blinding white light. The blade pulses with raw energy, cutting through the heavy, salty air. The light intensifies, promising untold power and imminent conflict. A whisper escapes, the name of the blade echoing across the water. The Ember. Against the backdrop of a steel-gray ocean, Gojo's head turns sharply, his expression unreadable. The vast expanse of water mirrors the uncertainty in his eyes. A subtle shift in his posture hints at a brewing storm within. His gaze pierces the horizon, searching for answers in the endless gray. A pregnant pause hangs in the air as he breaks the silence. "You know what it's talking about?" Gojo asks, his voice cutting through the ocean's roar. Kaen stands silhouetted against the cold, steel-gray ocean, a solitary figure facing the vast expanse. His eyes begin to glow with a faint, ominous red, mirroring the turmoil within. The wind whips around him, carrying the scent of salt and secrets from the depths. A low rumble echoes, as if the ocean itself is responding to his presence. His gaze intensifies, reflecting a profound connection to the water before him. "The fire inside me. It isn't mine," he whispers, his voice barely audible above the crashing waves. "It belonged to the ocean once." The steel-gray ocean extends to the horizon, mirroring the somber sky above. A ripple breaks the water's surface, expanding like a silent scream across the desolate expanse. The air vibrates with unseen pressure, a palpable dread hanging heavy over the water. From the depths, a voice echoes across the water, demanding, "Return it." On the steel-gray ocean, Goku clenches his fists, the wind whipping around him, carrying the salty scent of the sea. His face is a mask of concern and unwavering resolve as he prepares for a difficult decision. The waves crash against the unseen shore, mirroring the turmoil within him. Goku's voice cuts through the wind, a question heavy with apprehension. "If we give it back, what happens to you?" The vast ocean stretches out before him, a silent witness to the choices that lie ahead. Kaen stands silhouetted against the relentless steel-gray ocean, the wind tearing at his cloak. His gaze, intense and unwavering, is fixed on the distant horizon. His knuckles whiten as his grip tightens around the hilt of his sword, a silent vow etched on his face. The salty tang of the sea fills the air, a constant reminder of the vastness and the unknown. His voice, a low rumble against the wind's howl, declares his fate. I was born from this flame. A haunting declaration echoes across the water. If it leaves me, so do I. The steel-gray ocean stretches to the horizon, its surface mirroring the turbulent sky above. Gojo stands at the water's edge, the relentless wind whipping at his coat. The usual carefree glint in Gojo's eyes is extinguished, replaced by a chilling resolve. His jaw tightens, the set of his mouth a stark line against the somber seascape. The weight of his decision hangs heavy in the air, palpable in his every movement. His voice cuts through the wind, a definitive declaration against the vastness. That's not an option. A vast, steel-gray ocean stretches endlessly, meeting the horizon in a seamless blend of water and sky. Kaen stands resolute on the weathered deck, the fierce wind whipping through his hair, a solitary figure against the immensity of the sea. A faint smile touches his lips, betraying a hint of melancholy as he gazes out at the unforgiving waters. With a sigh, he turns his face into the wind, whispering to the waves, "It was never supposed to be mine." Against a steel-gray sky, Kaen raises his sword high, a beacon of defiance against the vast ocean. Fire erupts, racing up Kaen's arm, an inferno of power channeled through his very being. The monstrous sea creature stills, its immense form frozen in place by Kaen's fiery display. A whisper cuts through the air, ancient and resonant, as the sea creature implores, "Return it!" The sword gleams, a symbol of conflict and the fragile balance between man and the untamed sea. Against the steel-gray ocean, Kaen closes his eyes, his face etched with somber resignation as the wind whips around him. "Take it home," he whispers, the salty air carrying his final words across the vast expanse. Suddenly, fire erupts from Kaen's chest, a blinding inferno against the cold, indifferent sea. His body begins to dissolve, consumed by the intense flames, a sacrifice offered to the relentless ocean. The sword he holds melts, its liquid form flowing into the sea, merging seamlessly as if returning to its origin. The steel-gray ocean glows with an eerie light, its surface disturbed by unseen forces below. A monstrous form slowly sinks back into the inky depths, disappearing from the world above. Gojo and Goku stand alone on the desolate shore, the salty wind whipping at their clothes as they watch the aftermath. "Well, that was something," Gojo remarks, his voice tinged with disbelief. Goku replies grimly, "He's really gone."
Please subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss more amazing stories like this.